There was a lot for Doug Ford's Progressive Conservatives to celebrate tonight. Not just that they won a majority government, which is a pretty big deal in itself, but also they won by a bigger margin than might have been expected even in the last couple of days when they seemed to have momentum in this campaign. Nobody would accuse the Progressive Conservatives of running a perfect campaign, but they did do enough things that allowed them to win. A couple of those involved pivoting in the middle of the campaign, which is never easy. In one way, they had to go hard at the NDP rather than the Liberals, who they thought would be their main opponents. And as the campaign went on, they went more effectively at the NDP, hitting them not just on candidates who had controversies around them, but also on allegedly radical spending plans and reminding Ontarians of the ghost of Bob Rae. A second pivot was starting to highlight their own team, like Christine Elliott or Carolyn Mulroney. That appeared to make a big difference late in the campaign as the Tories recovered from a mid-campaign slump. Nobody would have necessarily expected Doug Ford to avoid causing controversy at least a few times by saying things he wasn't supposed to. But every day he went out and delivered the same message over and over again. It wasn't a detailed message, but their ability to get him to stick to it made a big difference, avoiding their campaign scaring off more Ontarians. It also left Ontarians with less sense than probably any time before what an incoming premier actually offers. I would expect Doug Ford out of the gate to try to achieve a few quick and easy wins. One of those would be, I think, the firing of who he termed the $6 million man, the head of Hydro One, the energy utility. Another would probably be, before too long, bringing in the gas tax cut that he promised. Once he gets past the low-hanging fruit and has to balance spending priorities with bringing in restraint, and has to deal with all sorts of unexpected things that hit a premier almost from the moment they take office, that's when we're going to find out the big question that we haven't really had answered by this campaign, which is what kind of premier Doug Ford is really going to be.
This is your victory. Tonight is your night. I thank you, and God bless each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you.